Alright guys, so we're back at the Lehigh Valley Zoo's lab. Today I'm going to show you how we do PCR testing and fecal testing. We've been giving away and doing auctions for some PCR tests in this auction this time for Kill Crypto, so we figured it'd be a good video to show you how we do them. It's really simple, and you guys can do it at home. All you guys who won them or bid on them, you'll get kits at home that will come with a little kit that looks like this with a tag with your species, which would obviously be leopard gecko, or you can do it on other lizards if you want. Just make sure you put the species right, and then whatever ID you give that animal, name or ID, and then you'll get a submission form which looks like this. So you'd put your information up here as far as shipping address and all that, and how you want you want it faxed to you, you want it emailed or phoned the results. Now here, it would be species of reptile, so you just put your leopard gecko or whatever you're putting here, and your label here. And all the way at the end here, you see they mainly do avians, but they specialize as tests for us, so you would write in crypto here and X mark this box. It's really simple, and you don't have to worry about if you won the items. This is for billing on the bottom, so you don't have to worry about that section. That's for in-house. So you're going to get forms like this. Will be sent to you in the mail if you gave us your address with the number of PCR tests that will come with it. And I say PCR tests, but really the magic happens at the lab. It doesn't really happen in your home or near your collection. Basically, it's just a cotton tip applicator or a large Q-tip with a bag. So I have a gecko here that I want to PCR test. I'm going to show you how we get feces from them if they don't have any. This particular gecko does not have any in the cage. See, this is one in the study. See, they are here. We do have geckos here. And basically what you can do is I like to hold them with one hand, my thumb over top, and I use something to catch the stool. And this is just a 2-ounce plastic deli container. Now I must emphasize and stress the gentleness of this. Sometimes it works and they want to poop right away, and you just massage the stomach. That's not poop, that's what we wanted. And you just be very gentle with them. They're going to wiggle a little bit. And that's what we want. So we got our sample. Always remember to wash your hands after handling anything, whether your gecko's, crypto positive or not. This animal happens to be crypto positive. So now that we got our sample in here, it's very important that you note reptiles have two different parts to their stool. They have a urate part, and they also have the stool part. The urate part will give you no information. This is a urate. It's bright white. That's what you don't want. This over here, this is stool. Now obviously this stool isn't normal, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be a positive PCR. All you have to do with your Q-tip is run it in here with the stool and get a good sample. You really can't give them too much. So that's a really good sample. So then I'll come to my bag, which I will mark. This happens to be LG number 6, so I'll write that on here then. You just take your Q-tip, push it in the bag, and that is it. You're done. Now, just because we already got you guys here, I'm going to show you how to do a fecal. So there's a couple steps to doing the fecal. Basically, you have a fecalizer which has an inner part and the bottom. This is basically your agitator or mixer. So from here I'll take our sample and I'll put it all in there. Now you could do this with anything. You could put your stool in there, any animal, it all works the same. So you're then going to put your agitator down there. This is fecalizer solution. You'll put some in there, and this is where you take your agitator and you spin it back and forth and mix it up a little bit with the solution you just put in there. And you stamp it down so it's flush. Then what you're going to do is you're going to fill this till it makes a meniscus, till it just barely overflows this line. And then you want to have a cover slip. Cover slip is a much smaller version of a microscope slide for you out there that aren't familiar with lab material. Basically, it's a very thin piece of glass. This will cover the top. And see how the solution automatically makes a seal all around your top. So then, you have to wait 15 minutes. Basically how this works is there's different fecal solutions, and it's based on specific gravity of the solution and what parasite you may be looking for. Now in this particular sample we would not be looking for crypto. A fecal float is not a very good way of testing for crypto. They're very small, very difficult to see. Even acid-fast stains are quite variable on your results. So this we'd be looking for pinworms or nematodes or roundworms or hookworms. Great test. These are simple things that you can do at home. We do these obviously in clinics when you bring them in. So this would then sit for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we would take a regular microscope slide and take off the cover slip we just placed on there, put on our slide, which we would then be able to read under the microscope. Now obviously it takes some supplies to do this kind of stuff, like a microscope and the different stuff you'd need for a lab. It's not exactly something you'd probably keep around if you had 1 or 2 leopard geckos. But if you have a fairly large collection, this can be an art form that can really help you out. And also be a great way to detect anything that might be sneaking around your collection or colony. So again, basically the specific gravity of the solution allows the little parasite ova or eggs to float up to the top of that cover slip and sit there, so when you pull that cover slip off and put it onto your slide, you can then view them. So again, this would sit for 15 minutes and we would check that out in the microscope and see what we got. See if maybe there's a pinworm infection going on with this gecko in conjunction with the crypto, or who knows what you'd find. You know, in a captive collection that doesn't have any wild-caught specimens or long-term captives coming in, odds are you're going to have the normal pinworm, which is very, very common in leopard geckos, and that's pretty much what you're going to see. Maybe coccidia, but it is very rare. Again, this is something we're doing these PCR tests on our auction. Avian Biogenetics is the name of the company who specifically made this test for us to check for Cryptosaurophyllum, which is the lizard form. So any lizards that'll work on, you could go to Kill Crypto Facebook page. The auctions are going on right now. I hope this video helped you to see how you're going to set up the test. It's very simple. Like I said, there's a poop sample already in the cage, tub, or aquarium that you're using. You could simply put that sample, as long as it's fairly fresh. You don't want it to be like a rock, but it doesn't have to be, right from the animal. Now, this animal didn't poop, and we need a sample for research purposes. At home, you have more of a leisure, if you're using this just to find out. And then you send it in. What makes this test so important is it's actually looking for the DNA of crypto. It's looking for nucleotide base pairs, and they could tell if the Cryptosaurophyllum's in there. So there's very little room for error, which is what makes this a great, great tool in not only a research study, but you guys out there and being able to tell at home or in your vet office. Now, at no time is anything you've seen in this video here meant to replace taking a sick animal to the vet office. We do not condone that. You should definitely seek veterinary help if you're having an issue at home. Please do not call and email us with questions about your sick geckos or reptiles. We are not going to be able to help you. You should have an exotics veterinarian there that watches after your collection or animals. But this is a neat thing we are doing for the study that you guys can tell if you have crypto lurking in there. So again, I hope this helped, guys. You can comment below. You could send us any kind of questions that are related to the test we've done today. We will help, and we will help you. We will answer. But again, please do not email us with questions about sick geckos. That's really for your veterinarian. So take care, guys, and make sure to check out the auctions going on now.